So I've been wanting to do this video on a YouTuber for a while. Well, people. Their name is TPS, aka Total Proto Sports. They've joined in 2009. Now, recently, their channel has been bugging me. You wanna know why? It's because they did some stupid videos on fans. You know? This video is what I'm
At Cal Tire's massive spring sale, you'll get our lowest
Right
prices on our toppest tires.
Next up, we have the
This is the part they've pissed me off. Alright?
fan who claims to have two favorite teams. Now this one, I do have a bit of mixed feelings on. I feel like we all have that other team that we grew some attachment to during childhood because maybe we used them in Madden franchise mode to capitalize on their snazzy unis, or they were just our regular choice when we were playing against our friends or something like that. But there's a big difference between that lingering appreciation for another team and trying to claim true fandom for two organizations. There is an old saying in football: if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one. And guess what? That applies to being a fan as well. Stick to your roots and support your team. Smile and clap along when the other team does well, but don't start blasting content all over social media trying to latch on to their success if they suddenly get hot while your original team is floundering about. Have some integrity. Speaking of social media, how about the fan that is so new to a team and clearly trying to broadcast that they are a fan that they...
Okay, TPS or whoever is commentating on this, let me ask you something, alright? So you're saying I'm a bandwagon if I'm a fan of two teams? Really? You're not. I'm gonna say this right now. People are not bandwagons if they're a fan of two teams. They're not. I don't know if you know who the hockey guy is, aka Shannon. He's a fan of three teams. But he's also a fan of two teams in the NFL. He's a Bengals and Chargers fan. And he's not a bandwagon at all. He's not. But here's the thing. I'm not a bandwagon too. You want to know why? Because in 2011, I got into football. I became a Panthers fan because of Cam Newton, Steve Smith, Jonathan Stewart. And then I became a Bills fan in 2015. Why? Because since I was a Sabres fan in the NHL since 2011 because of the Ryan Miller days, and then when the Sabres traded Ryan Miller, I still kept being a Sabres fan. And then I was a Canucks fan as my second team because my family raised me as a Canucks fan. So I became a Bills fan in 2015. Well, since I didn't have an AFC East team, I gotta be a Bills fan. So yeah. So, TPS, I just want to say one thing to you. I know the history of both teams. And I have a smart brains than all of you. Your video didn't make sense at all. I ain't no bandwagon, no. First of all, being a fan of two teams doesn't make you a bandwagon at all. If you're a fan of an AFC and an NFC team, you're not a bandwagon. You gotta be a fan of two teams too, you know. I know you have to mainly be a fan of one because you have to be a diehard fan or whatever, but again, I have to be a fan of two teams anyway. And just like the NHL, if it's an Eastern team and a Western team, I gotta be a Sabres and Canucks fan too. So being a fan of two teams makes sense. You're not a bandwagon at all. If you're a fan of two teams and don't know the history of them, then yeah, you're automatically a bandwagon. But me, I'm a Sabres fan and a Canucks fan. I am not a bandwagon because I know the history of them. And trust me, how do I learn history? Books? Online. I'm a real fan. I ain't no bandwagon. And just like the NBA, if I'm a Panthers fan, I gotta be a Hornets fan. So in the NBA, I'm a Hornets fan, because I was a Bobcats fan a while ago, until they changed their name to the Hornets, because I love both names. And then I became an Orioles fan, too. When did I become an Orioles fan? 2013. When did I become a Bobcats fan? That's probably like 2012. So yes, I'm not a bandwagon. Yeah, I know I should like the Ravens too because of Baltimore, but I'm neutral on them. But yes. You're not a bandwagon if you're a fan of two teams, so TPS, do me a favor, maybe get your fucking head straight and recheck this video. Because you're not a bandwagon if you're a fan of two teams. You're not. So yes. Anyways, that's it for this video. This is Black Panther signing off. You want to know something? Here it is. These are the 2 comments I left on you. You're probably scared to respond anyway, but you know what? TPS, please get your head straight, because I know the history. And let me tell you something. I can name 10 players from the history too. So yes. I'm a real Panthers fan too, and a real Bills fan too. And I'm a real Sabres fan and a real Canucks fan. You're not a bandwagon if you're a fan of two teams. So yes, my analytics in my brain better than yours, TPS. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not subscribed to your channel because your videos are fucking stupid and not smart. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.